Hi friends, it's Lauren and Cam from the LKS address, and before we get this video started, we wanted to talk to you guys and tell you a little bit about our plan. So if you've seen our empty house tour, we just recently bought a house in the Chicago suburbs and we plan to renovate the entire thing just like we did with our condo in the Loop of Chicago. So we've had a couple months to live here and kind of fill things out, and we've finally gotten started on the work, which we're really excited to share the progress that we have so far. So basically, for the first half of 2022, our plan is to kind of neutralize the first floor. We're really only going to be focusing on the first floor for the foreseeable future because we've got our hands full. We have picked out flooring, which we're going to talk about later in this video and tell you what we selected and why we selected it. So right now we're working towards prepping the house to put the flooring in. So that includes taking up the carpet, painting, removing some of the trim, because we will be replacing a lot of the trim downstairs. It's very beat up, and we wanted to get some thicker, more substantial trim in, and just trying to work towards installing this floor. When we do end up installing the floor, we will also have to tear out the kitchen, so we have a ton of work planned for the first floor. This is going to take us at least 6 months to complete, but for now, we're just getting kicked off with the painting, and we're really excited to share what we've been working on with you.
Similar to the condo project, we will be doing, I'd say, at least 90% or as much of the work possible ourselves. We did have quite a few helping hands from both of our dads are super handy. They helped us a lot in the condo, but we're going to try to take on as much as we possibly can, learn from it, probably have to redo some stuff a few times if we're just learning things, but I think it'll definitely be a good learning experience for both of us, and we're excited to take you guys along with us.
On to the time lapses. Living room right now, just checking in on our progress. We have gotten the ceiling painted completely. We have gotten the walls painted. It's a slight off-white, but fresh. And then, most importantly, we got these window trim and windows painted. A lot of work, very tedious, but we're really happy with how the room is progressing. And we're going to talk about the windows more in a little bit. dining room, checking in on progress here too. We got the chair rail removed, the wall patched up a little bit, the ceiling painted, the tray painted, the walls painted, and the window. So going more in depth on the process of the windows, I had to tape off all of the window to where we wanted to get it painted white and apply 2 coats of primer before I started painting the window. Then I used 4 coats of trim paint, and as you can imagine, by the time I was 6 coats of paint in, this tape around the perimeter to mask it absolutely would not come off. It was the most tedious thing I've ever done on top of 6 coats of paint. I had to use a razor and score all of the paint, the masking tape edges, and then I had realized that I didn't use the credit card to adhere the tape, make sure it was like really tight, and I had a lot of bleeding. And I was very upset when I first took off this tape because I thought the window was not going to turn out well after all the work I had already done. But thanks to Google, I found a tip that rubbing alcohol quickly removes latex paint. So I was able to touch up all the perimeter, all of the bleeds, and the window turned out great. In hindsight, we bought a paint sprayer, and I think it would have been much easier to just mask it and spray it rather than me manually painting on the 6 coats, but you know, you live and you learn. For now, all the windows downstairs are done because in the kitchen and the living room where the rest of the windows are, we're just gonna replace the trim, so it'll be much easier. To talk about the flooring real quick, so right now we are looking at our existing flooring. It's not throughout the entire first floor. We have some carpet. This is red oak. It's in decent shape. It's just a preference. We're not huge fans of it, and we could get it to look like we want to ultimately, but it would take a lot of work, a lot of coats of whitewash and stain, and it just, for a DIY project, just seems like a little too much for us to handle. And we'd also have to patch where the rest of the carpet was, so regardless, we have some patching, need new floor in some places, so we ultimately decided to just go with a new floor. In our condo, we used engineered hardwood, and for a couple reasons. It is budget friendly, it is very durable. It's actually like engineered hardwood can be more durable than real hardwood because of the plywood base is very strong and it holds up over time. Also, what we really like about it is that you can float it. So here's 4 flooring samples. These are all engineered hardwoods that are able to float, which means we will put a barrier down, a vapor barrier, and these will just click and lock together and float throughout our whole house. So it makes it very easy for Cam and I to install this ourselves, which is why we prefer it. These floor samples are from Stuga, which is a Scandinavian flooring company. We have been looking at them for years. We actually wanted to use it in our condo, but it really was not in the budget at the time. But because of the supply chain issues, the price of wood, all of the upward progression in prices, this has actually become closer to budget. We splurged a little bit, but we're really excited to use this product because it is very high quality and it should last us years and years and years in this house. We should never have to replace the flooring while we live here. So we have 4 different samples. Right here we have Pippi, which is a little bit more rustic. Moonlight, very similar to our condo floor. Elderflower, which is more of a whitewash, and we have Little Square, which is very warm. We ultimately decided on Moonlight, and again, this will run over the existing red oak floor, the areas that had carpet, so this will be throughout the entire first floor, and we're purchasing it for our entire second floor as well, which is currently all carpet. So we're really excited to get this delivered, and it is going to make a huge impact on the house, and we can't wait to show you the process of installing it. So with these 2 rooms, the living room and the dining room, aside from replacing the outlets and the switches in this living room, these 2 rooms are ready for floor, and hopefully our floor is going to get delivered in the next few weeks, so we will have it on site and can get to it when we're ready. But you know, we're really excited about this YouTube journey and showing our renovation with all of you. We have some really exciting things planned in the next video, so stay tuned. And as always, if you want to see constant updates and more progress, you can follow us on Instagram. We share a lot on our stories and share more in depth about what products we're using too.